Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Galactus has finally appeared in his full form. From the trailers, we understood that we would see the MCU version of Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie, which will be released on July 25th, 2025. But while wondering whether this Galactus was the one we saw in the previous film series or a new one, they still hadn't shown his full form or his face. Now, through a partnership Marvel made with a brand sponsoring the Fantastic Four movie, Galactus's full and official design has been revealed. A large portion of those who saw this design gave very positive feedback. With its appearance taken directly from the comics, it truly gives the feeling of a celestial being. If you look at Galactus's face and the details on him, it resembles a human-sized mechanism where smaller beings seem to live on. Instead of using bright colors like in the comics, the design has a much more faded and cinematic look unique to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While I explain the latest details about Galactus's design and his importance in the films, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video so you don't miss the upcoming videos. The design of Galactus we'll see in the film will be the original design used by Jack Kirby in the 1960s. In the previous Fantastic Four film series, Galactus's silhouette had been made to resemble this. However, due to the limitations in visual effects back then, they portrayed him as being surrounded by a massive cloud of mist. Galactus is one of the most powerful cosmic beings known in the universe. When the sixth multiverse cycle ended and the seventh multiverse cycle, known as Eternity, was created, a man known as Galen transformed into Galactus. This happened because he fed on unstable cosmic energy, which caused him to have an unending hunger. As the universes continued to expand, Galactus's duty was to consume planets and reset the life on them. However, the Marvel Cinematic Universe might portray a very different story. The reason is that, unlike in the comics, in the MCU, every planet inhabited by sentient and intelligent life contains a celestial egg. These celestial eggs hold large amounts of cosmic energy, and Galactus could use the energy of the Celestials to feed. Perhaps in the MCU, Galactus will feed not only on the thermic energy of planets, but also on celestial beings. In Marvel's What If Season 3, Agatha Harkness stole all of Tiamut's powers and transformed into a celestial being thanks to that power. Galactus is a cosmic being capable of changing size, transferring power, and is loaded with unstable energy. This makes him potentially far more dangerous than any other celestial being. Even though he was shown walking on the surface of the Earth in the trailers, because of his size-shifting abilities, he could grow large enough to hold the world in the palm of his hand if he truly wanted to. In one scene of the movie, they even showed the Earth burning violently, with most of the life on it wiped out. The world where the Fantastic Four live will most likely be destroyed. Of course, they will manage to escape using their spacecraft. Galactus is too big and powerful a character to be wasted in a single movie. In the Marvel Omniverse, there are some characters who are simply untouchable. For example, even though the multiverse has been destroyed and recreated several times, celestial beings were never affected because they were created by the first multiverse, and since then, 6 more multiverse cycles have been created, yet the Celestials remained unchanged. It is said that after the Multiverse Saga, Marvel will continue with the Mutant Saga, and after the Mutant Saga, it will progress through the Celestials. For this reason, we can be almost certain that we will see more of Galactus in the future. Of course, Galactus's structure in the cinematic universe is based only on an image from an advertisement poster. But when we look at the character, it seems like he has lots of small chambers and spotlights on him. They portrayed Galactus like a giant moving planet, and on him, this image may indicate that Galactus will be portrayed very differently than expected. At the very center of Galactus's chest, we see a galactic clock mechanism. This clock might show Galactus's hunger duration and remaining time. In the galaxy, the concept of time is not just calculated based on Earth's rotation around the sun, of course. So this time zone we care about could be the one referenced in the film. Perhaps in the movie, they will mention that Galactus gives the Fantastic Four a certain amount of time within which he must get what he wants. The clock mechanism on Galactus's body will likely come into play in this context. Galactus and Silver Surfer share the same energy. While Galactus has 1 million units of energy in his body, maybe Silver Surfer has only 1 unit. Even so, Silver Surfer could find productive planets for his master by moving at high speeds. In the film, we won't only see Silver Surfer in his silver form. They will also show that Silver Surfer appears human and camouflages himself among people. I think they're doing this to showcase Galactus's reality manipulation ability. Of course, Galactus's eyes glowing like this in the poster doesn't mean they will shine like that throughout the movie. Because in the leaked Comic-Con trailer, they showed Galactus's eyes, and they looked like a galaxy with millions of stars inside. However, the blue glow here may indicate that the cosmic beam Galactus emits from his eyes in the comics will also be used in the movie. Now here's the funny part. The Fantastic Four team and perhaps the entire World Defense may try to kill Galactus. But Franklin, the baby of Reed and Susan, will be the one to save Galactus. Because in the comics, celestial beings combine their powers to form the Mad Celestial form. This way, they could kill Galactus. But Franklin Richards did not allow it. Because although Galactus seems like a dangerous and evil character, he was necessary for the multiverse to continue to exist. Galactus is such a being that even the Watcher race considered him a threat. In fact, when Galactus was first created, that is, when he was still in energy form, they thought about killing him. Even if Galactus were to die, never forget that someone else would surely take over his role. In the future, Franklin Richards will either save Galactus or take his place. We can say that the biggest connection between the Fantastic Four and Galactus is actually Franklin, the youngest member of the team. Because Franklin wasn't as indifferent as his family. Franklin is a character who can communicate with his variants in the multiverse and travel through it. Franklin's experiences and knowledge help him understand that Galactus is an important being in this universe. However, his family, the Fantastic Four, are unaware of this situation. When Galactus came to Earth, he first looked at the Baxter Building, because his real goal was to find Franklin. Franklin's power level is so high that Galactus can instantly sense it. For this reason, Galactus's true objective will definitely be to find Franklin Richards. Also, I know I've talked a lot about this design, but there was a scene where we saw Galactus's boots. When we saw this scene in the trailer, we thought, why does Galactus look like he's made of Legos? Apparently, the reason is that, like his large form, there are small chambers on his body. The only thing that currently makes the Fantastic Four movie intriguing and generates curiosity seems to be Galactus. We already know that the team's spaceship will arrive in the MCU, so now there's very little information left they can present in the movie. Once they show the connection between Doctor Doom and Galactus with this world, everything will be resolved. Yes, friends, I hope you liked the content I've prepared. If there are other videos you'd like to see, don't forget to comment down below. That's all from me for now. Take care and see you next video.